Yo, what's the deal, everybody? This is Mack Malone coming at you once again. Today, we're going to go down to Charlotte Street in Westport and tell the story of Robert Berdella, the KC Butcher. Are y'all ready? Let's go.
Mack Malone, he's your KC journalist. Mack Malone, he's your KC journalist. Mack Malone, he's your KC journalist. And I will get the best from your KC journalist. Let's go!
Robert Berdella Jr. was born January 31st, 1949, and was the first of two sons. He was raised in Ohio in a strong Catholic household. He was a shy kid, kind of chubby. He was real nearsighted and wore thick glasses, so he was often bullied. In his mid-teens, his father died, and his mother moved along with another man and just moved away. He felt rejected by his mother moving on. He started working at a local restaurant in his teens, and it was there that he says that he was raped in the restaurant while he was working, but he never called the cops or pressed charges. So we're here on Mcgee Street. When he got kicked out of the Kansas City Art Institute, he moved to a house over here, 4106 Mcgee Street. It sat right here in between these two houses. That house is no longer here either. But this is where he lived before he moved to Charlotte Street. Right here in this empty lot. We are now here at the Kansas City Art Institute. Berdella moved to Kansas City in 1967, enrolled in here. His first year, they said he was an outstanding student, won major awards. He was here about 2 years. The school removed him and wanted him out because he had done demonstrations where he had actually sacrificed animals and killed animals in his demonstrations for his art class. And his paintings became very disturbing. Now you got to remember, this guy was a standout guy in the community. People thought he was weird, but everybody liked him. He was an art student. He formed the neighborhood watch. He was an advocate for juveniles. We are now at the Westport Flea Market where he had his booth, Bob's Bizarre Bazaar Shop. We're about to go in there and look around. I'm not sure where it's located in here, but I'm about to take you up in the flea market and check that out. And so, you know, the story goes that they used to have potlucks here because they didn't like the food that was being served. So they would make up pots of chili and they would pass them around. And people thought that his chili smelled kind of funny, but they thought it tasted kind of good. And even though it was never proven, the rumor is that some of these bodies ended up cooked in the chili and served to the people at the flea market. They had no idea the monster that they were dealing with, but they were getting ready to find out. April 2nd, 1988, a naked man climbed out of the second-story window of Berdella's house and was naked in the streets with nothing but a dog collar. Police were called. With each victim, the punishment became more harsh. Police immediately excavated the yard and found skulls and remains. Berdella was immediately arrested, and what police uncovered was a nightmare. 6 bodies, most of which were never recovered because they were chopped up so finely and disposed of in trash bags. That's how he got the name the Kansas City Butcher. And now let's go to the house where it all happened. Follow me to Charlotte Street. It all happened right here on this street. For almost 4 years. This guy had men tied up, tortured them, electric shock, drugged them, raped them. It all happened right here. And here we are, 4315 Charlotte Street. The house used to sit right here on this vacant lot right here. 6 men were murdered right here. Their bodies were dumped in trash bags and set right out here on the curb. This is where his last victim, Christopher Bryson, on April 2nd, 1988, escaped out of the second-story window. and ran out here in the street naked with the dog collar. They did a search warrant on the house. If you look back there by that shed is where the garden was, right there by them trees, where they found 2 skulls. One was buried and unburied and put up in the bedroom. But they found one in the garden. They found human remains all over this yard. Law enforcement was absolutely baffled. They had never seen nothing like this in their lives. He was sticking needles underneath the fingernails. He was injecting Drano into the voice box so they couldn't scream, injecting Drano into the eyes so they were blinded, rubbing bleach and cotton balls on their eyes, dismembering the bodies with chainsaws. This was horror like the city had never seen before. He even kept a journal of the sick shit that he did to his victims, detailing the rape and the torture and the electric shock and the hell that he put them through. He was sentenced to 2 life sentences, found guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder, 4 counts of second-degree murder, and ended up having a heart attack and dying in 1992. It was said that he wrote letters days before he died saying the prison staff was keeping his heart medication from him. And then there was rumors that he had been poisoned, but there was no investigation because nobody cared. They figured that he got what was coming to him. We are now here at the Mount Moriah Cemetery. Here we are. This is where they had the service at for 3 of the victims. For all the victims, but the families of 3 of them showed up. What's crazy is this man, nobody ever suspected it. Like, he was respected in the neighborhood. He helped with charities. He helped start the neighborhood watches. He did all kinds of shit. He was involved in city council, telethons. This man was like a perfect person in the community. Nobody would have ever suspected the type of shit that was going on. My heart goes out to the families of these victims. He had everybody fooled. Everybody thought he was weird, but they respected him and they thought that he was a good man. A lot of respect and love from his community. Feels crazy being out here. They said Sheldon's buried out here, but I can't find his grave anywhere. The rest of them were chopped up. I have no idea. I've tried to locate the graves of a few of the victims and with no success. But here we are, Mount Moriah Cemetery off of Bannister. This was a sad story. This is Mack Malone signing out. Catch y'all in the next video, man. God bless everybody. I love y'all. Stay safe.
Mack Malone, he's your KC journalist. The truth. Mack Malone, he's your KC journalist. Mack Malone, he's your KC journalist. And I will get the best from that KC journalist.